When the mind is withdrawn from the objects, emotions, thoughts, when it starts contemplating upon Brahman, refuse to initiate any new sankalpas. In the Gita, we are similarly advised, having set the mind upon that, thereafter never initiate any new line of thought. Little by little, let him attain quietude by the intellect held in formness. Having made the mind established in the self, let him not think of anything. Similarly, here we are told how when the mind has been withdrawn from its outer wandering and held in abeyance or samahita, at the chosen point of contemplation on Brahman, one gains the goal truly. Then what are we to do? We must ourselves overcome quiet without projecting any thoughts. Let us try to withdraw our minds from objects, emotions, and thoughts and contemplate upon our own real nature, the one self in all, withdrawing from external activities of the physical, mental, and intellectual imaginations. Let us teach ourselves to bring our entire attention to the consciousness within. So contemplate upon the self with a great care, meaning slowly and with a proper vigilance. You cannot force upon a bud and make it a flower. It must take its own time. A forcibly opened up flower will not have real beauty of true fragrance. Never hurry up. Let it take its own time. All that we have to do is to put ourselves on the rails, on the right track, running in the right direction. We shall reach in time our coveted destination. Therefore, very, very carefully and slowly, may you gain a state of inner peace fully abiding in the self. So, in spiritual life, there is no hurry. Everything happens in its due course of time. Then, if everything happens in its due course of time, then why we will do something else? In time, everything will happen. No. You have to work. Example, suppose seed you have sown. If you give only water, in a semi-dark place, it will be sprouted, there will be plant, but the quality of the plant will be different and growth will be slower. If any sunny place, if you put nice food for the seed, it will sprout little early and the plant may be healthy and it will come out, the sprout and the plant will come out in due course of time. But when the time comes, when you sowed it and started watering, if you did not water or if you did not sow the seed, it would not sprout. Likewise, the concept of time and in time everything will be there. All that concept will work if you start striving. So in sadhana, don't look for when I will be Jivan Mukta. It's a result of your own actions, everyday's spiritual activities and everything. In the now, no, 329 we have not completed. 329. Oh no, 329 completed. 330, correct. Jivato yasya kaivalyam videhe sacha kevalaha yatkinchit pashyato bhedam bhayam brute yajusrutihe jivato yasya kaivalyam videhe sacha kevalaha yatkinchit pashyato bhedam bhayam brute yajusrutihe. মিত্রবাবু, আপনার বইয়ের শ্লোকে হ্রস্ব উকার দেয়া আছে, ওটা দীর্ঘ উকার হবে, ব্রুতে। यस्य, जिनकी, जीवतः, जीवित अवस्था में, जीवित काल में, not after death, while living, verily living, you are conscious about your living. I went to someone's place day before yesterday. What a worse condition I saw. Living but no consciousness. Suffering, suffering, suffering. Without consciousness, there must be suffering. suffering for you, suffering for others. They will be annoyed in you. When people are annoyed in me, it's also a suffering. Suppose you are forgetting the same thing you are repeating. The people you are ordering or telling to do that. Again, after 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, you are telling. Naturally, everyone has their own job. So they are getting annoyed. You are not in happy position. Believe me, this is you will have much more experience than me. Unless and until we work for the desire, work with the desire, the life will be horrible. Even at the age means EDGE, when we are in the age, please take care and be conscious. Each and every moment, at every step, suppose you are drinking tea and your favorite biscuit, you are asking your wife, Arekta Dauto, you have to work in that small desire also. We neglect our small desire. अरे ये बिस्किट खाने में क्या है? बात बिस्किट में रुके नहीं रहते. Because I am to visit so many Chinmaya people only right now, those who are in old age, and in most of the places I am getting hurt because they are suffering. I am hurt because they are suffering. And maximum of them have listened to Vedanta for a long years. They have written, I have seen their books and all those things. They have showed, Swamiji, this is our things. Guruji have corrected this. Guruji has read it. But in their personal life, it is a horrible life. Vedanta is not a theory. It's a hardcore practical manual of life. Be happy, try to be happy at every stage. Small, भगवान सबको चांस देता है. छोटा चीज जब हो जाता है ना, कुछ ये टूट गया, ठीक है भाई, चलो, हो जाता है. ये don't react. Please try to give your response. थोड़ा कुछ होने से एकदम धड़क से रिएक्शन, लगता है कि बहुत कुछ कर दिया. इतना सुनाया ना उनको. We are all in the same track. Believe me, your life will be beautiful, heavenly. That also I have seen. So it's not only book, it's, it's the practical of the manual. तो यस्य जीवतः कैवल्यम, जिनकी जीवित अवस्था में ही कैवल्य मुक्ति होता है, सह च विदेह केवलः, जो व्यक्ति इस जीवित अवस्था में ही मुक्त हो जाते हैं, वही व्यक्ति मृत्यु के बाद केवल मुक्ति, मतलब उनका पुनर्जन्म नहीं होता। पुनरपि जननम पुनरपि मरणम पुनरपि जननी जठरे शयनम, वो इनके लिए नहीं होता। यत् किंचित भेदम पश्यतः यजुश्रुति भयम ब्रूते, ये सबसे बड़ा बात है। जिनके अंदर, देखिए उपनिषद ही हमारा अंतिम प्रमाण है, चरम प्रमाण है। यजुश्रुति के अंदर तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद में बोल रहा है, थोड़ा सा भी भेद दर्शन अगर आपके मन में रहेगा, means whenever you are compromising with your happiness, day by day I see people. I'm talking about Vedantic people. I'm not talking about any other. They study Vedanta, they everything, but they can't accept. They can't accept anything else which is not related to them also. जिनको एक्सेप्ट करना नहीं आता है, आदत में नहीं है, शायद who is not directly connected to you, but connected to any other thing which is not related to you, they can't accept. They start reacting, peculiarity of non-accepting. So what about regarding them who are related to them? Try to love who have no blood connection with you. Love unnecessarily. As you dislove unnecessarily, start loving unnecessarily. Why? Thinking that this is the most necessary tool for your life. निंदा कदापि नहीं करना, कदापि। ये हमारा आदत बन जाता है। और एक सबसे बड़ा दुर्भाग्य है, it happened in my life also. I have see, Acharya does something else to set some example. In my Acharyas also I have seen, we have no right. आप भी तो करते हैं, मुझे क्यों मना कर रहे हैं? That teaching is not for them. I'm so sorry. Don't come. You please come in that state of mind when these sort of things will not come to your dream also. ये मेरे जीवन में भी हुआ है. Never do that. It will spoil your spiritual life. The person who is here to guide you, teach you, you have no idea how many dimensions that person is having for the sake of the people. How many dimensions? It's like diamond, you know. that diamond glitters much more, which having a lot of cuts, That cutting makes the diamond glitter. So you can't ask why this clothes is like that, why that these things. At least in any book, I have never seen that any student is asking, you are telling me to do so, do you do that? Why you are doing, why are you stopping me to do? This should not be an attitude of a student. Then you are far ahead. First, you have to know the mannerism, at least. Okay. He who is completely aloof, even while living, is alone really aloof after the dissolution of the body. The Yajurveda declares that there is fear for one who sees even the least bit of distinction. That great master who experiences the state of oneness, while living in the physical body, becomes himself the one when his body falls off. शरीर चला जाने के बाद आत्मा में विलीन हो जाता है. If the doll is made up of plastic and falls off in the ocean, it doesn't merge, it floats. In storm, many a time it gets stuck in the other ship, in other place. Fishes are just like striking on it. But samudra means the composition of water and salt. So when a doll made up of salt, if you little bit touch it, it gets started melting and totally melt into the ocean. Because they are the same material. It is the meaning of Brahmavid, Brahmaiva Bhavati. Brahmavid means the doll made of salt. And Brahman means the vast ocean, limitless ocean. So Brahmavid, Brahmaiva Bhavati. Here also, when a Brahmavid finishes his prarabdha karma, when the body goes off, मृत्यु कुछ कोई डिजीज से नहीं होता, मृत्यु प्रारब्ध से होता है. डिजीज भी प्रारब्ध से होता है. अगर डिजीज भी प्रारब्ध होगा, मृत्यु भी प्रारब्ध से ही होता है. Why will we waste our time in the morning, beautiful time for sleeping, listening to Vedanta? डिजीज, मृत्यु सब तो समय पे से होता है, प्रारब्ध से होता है, लेकिन पेन नहीं. द फीलिंग ऑफ पेन, द टेरिबल फीलिंग ऑफ पेन, इसको कंट्रोल करता है आपका माइंड, आपका नॉलेज. हमारा प्रॉब्लम घटना से नहीं, बल्कि घटना से द्वारा उत्पन्न हुआ दुख से है. And that you have to deal, and your only weapon is Vedanta and Shastra. The best solution is Advaita Vedanta. But everyone can handle it. The best weapon, if you give it to the local gundas, they will first think, what are they, so many numbers, so much delicacy. Sometimes when they pressed one button and firing started towards them. So delicate weapon, when you have to operate, you have to learn. Otherwise it will be dangerous or it will be useless. And without the weapon, you can't kill your enemies. जो शत्रु से भरा हुआ है वो कभी शांति का नींद नहीं ले सकता. Vedanta is the only tool. Everything comes in prarabdha, it's true. But it's also true, all the situation don't give the same amount of pain or pleasure to everyone. There are gradations of pain and pleasure. It depends on your mental makeup. Mind is everything else. And Vedanta prepares us to deal with the Jagat, to deal with the world. This is truth, but anyone recognize anything other than the self comes to fear. If you recognize plurality, any distinction between you and the world and single thing or being other than you, there is fear for you. In Taittiriya Upanishad, Brahmananda Valli, mantra number 2.7, if you have mantra pushpam, the page number is 26. Tasmin he something kurute tasya bhayam bhavati yada hi eva esha etasmin drishye anatmya nirukteha anilayena ayam pratishtam vindate atha saha abhayam gato bhavati yada hi eva esha etasmin udaram antaram kurute atha tasya bhayam bhavati. तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद. जब भी साधक ये दृष्टि के बाहर, दर्शन अतीत, जिनको ये चर्म चक्षु से आप देख नहीं पाएंगे, अशरीर, जिनका कोई फॉर्म नहीं है, शरीर नहीं है, जो अनिर्वाच्य है, जिनके बारे में बोलना मुश्किल है, प्रकाश मुश्किल है, निराधार, जिनका कोई आधार नहीं है, जो खुद की आधार है और सबका आधार है. जब इसी वस्तु में, यही तो निर्भय है. जब आपको भय किस लिए है? आपका खोने का डर है, आपका व्यक्ति खोने का डर है, वस्तु खोने का डर है, संपर्क खोने का डर है, आपका रूप खोने का डर है, आपका स्वस्थता खोने का डर है. है ना? सबका है। संपत्ति खोने का डर है, सम्मान खोने का डर है। विद्याद् वै भयम भवति। हर भय का मूल है डिविजन्स। डिविजन्स, डिविजन्स, डिविजन्स। Whenever you see division, you should have fear. You must have fear. अभय एकमात्र अद्वैत से ही होता है। विदाउट अद्वैत अभयम प्रतिष्ठा नहीं होता। जब अद्वैत बोध आ जाता है तभी एक साधक अभय पद लाभ करते हैं। अच्छा बुरा, ये त्याज्य है, ये ग्राह्य है, ये सारे भेद ज्ञान जब तक रहेगा तब तक मन में संकल्प और विकल्प दोनों ही रहेगा। संकल्प जितना दिन रहेगा द्वैत भाव भी रहेगा। तब तक ब्रह्म ज्ञान की मजा नहीं आएगा। If your tongue is not ready, if your taste is not developed properly, if I give the best tea who are tea drinker, अरे क्या पिलाया? It happened to me. I am not a tea drinker, and my Swamiji offered me first flush, second flush tea. तो मैंने चाय पीने के समय उसके सामने जाना ही बंद कर दिया कि भाई क्या पी रहे हैं ये। But it's a very costly tea. But my tongue is not developed enough to taste it. Likewise, if we are not developed enough to accept everything happily without any complaint, Brahma Jnana Phalam is not. Brahma Jnana is possible, but Brahma Jnana Phalam वो संभव नहीं हो। वो सिर्फ किताब में ही पढ़ते जाएंगे, आनंद आनंद। अरे आनंद कहाँ है? आप बोलते हैं इतना दिन सुन रहा हूं, लेकिन ये थ्योरी है, ऐसे ही लगेगा। Because I could not deal with me, I always started dealing with others. ए तुमने ये क्यों किया? स्वामी जी ने बताया ना, आज क्या पढ़ा और तुम ऐसा कर दिया। पता नहीं, we are spoiling ourselves for correcting others, for the sake of correcting others. Everyone wants to be a teacher for others. If the reverts happen now, our entire spiritual life will be different. We think हम लोग तो घंटों तक पूजा करते हैं, मेरे पास ये है, ये है, ये है, ये है, ये है, ये है। सुबह से 4 घंटा, 5 घंटा, 6 घंटा लगता है पूजा करते करते। और उठ के ही नौकर चाकर, बेटा बेटी, बहू जो है, फायरिंग एंड ऑलवेज अनहैप्पी। अरे ये क्यों? तुमने बताया ना पूजा करने के बाद ही मुझे ये चाहिए, पूजा करने के बाद मुझे। What is the use of doing spending so much time? No use ना. वो नाटक होता है. अगर ब्रह्मज्ञानी व्यक्ति अपने पूरा आचरण को चेंज कर दे और एक भी फूल ना चढ़ाए भगवान के ऊपर, भगवान will be pleased. Bhagavan becomes happy when you can accept everything else, because everything is given by Bhagavan only. If you live a complaint-free life, ऑफिस का बॉस को सोचो, वो वही स्टाफ को पसंद करते हैं जो कंप्लेन लेके नहीं आते. और नहीं तो बोलिए आज क्या कंप्लेन है, किसने क्या किया, अरे बाप रे. भगवान is also like that. He doesn't like complaining. If you can acquire this knowledge, practice this knowledge, and enjoy this fruit of knowledge while living, after death there is no problem, no coming back. Fear is always born of the recognition of others. You are never afraid of yourself to protect yourself from your own fear. You build imaginary fortresses around you and yours, generally with more money, better position, a large house, and so on. Why all these? If anyone asks, our reply must necessarily start with, I'm afraid. Afraid of what? The answer can be only of something other than myself. So wherever there is the concept of the other, there is fear, there is restlessness, there is agitation, there is a worry, there is anxiety, each following the other. So anyone who recognizes something other than his own self, the Brahman, will be afraid of the other. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Guru Pyo Namah. Hari Om.